Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, it's Mike with TradeWinds RV Center here to congratulate you on the purchase of your Jayfeather 22 RV travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things taken into consideration. First, on your campsite, leave room for your awning to come out. On your off campsite, got your slide out already. Kind of a deep slide, leave plenty of room for that slide to come in and out unhindered. Preferably nothing hanging over top, and then give yourself a nice walking space over here. Then I want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Power cord all the way at the rear on your off camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle, and your city water connection right next to that. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, first thing you're going to do is level your unit. Now, one this big, I recommend with your slide closed, find the middle of your off camp side. Put a little stick on level on there. Have someone keep an eye on that while you raise or lower your tongue jack. Now, this power tongue jack does have a docking light and a manual override for a hand crank. Should you not have power, you can get this up and down. Speaking of power, when you arrive, check your battery terminals. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose as you're coming down the road. But you got your unit level. First thing you do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit. These hand crank stabilizing jacks, 3/4 inch crank. Simply run these down. Let's see, these to the right will bring these down. Now you can use an impact driver or drill gun. I just recommend when you get to the bottom, slow down. Because remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. You already got your unit level. Pick up a 4-pack of jack pads from our store. They're going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Use your 10% off coupon, grab a 4-pack of those, run these down just until you start to get some type of pressure on your hand crank. Just gonna get it down taut, run all 4 of these down. We've got our unit level and stable. Now we can hook up our power and water. Again, your power's on the off camp side, all the way at the rear. Big long cord. At the end of that 30 amp service. Show you how these go in here. You twist in on the left. Once they're in, twist to the right, then put on your washer. This green light just means there's power to the cord. At the end of this 30 amp service, you need to plug in at home in your convenience package a 30 to 110 adapter. Got our power hooked up, let's hook up our water. City water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting water into your city water connect or your black tank flush. Hook that up, hook your hose up, but don't turn on water on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. Over here in your campsite, in between your 2 doorways, is your hot water heater. All we're going to do at this point, I think this lifts right off here, is make sure our drain plug's back in. Get your rod and plug back in there. Get it in there nice and snug. Then you can go ahead and turn on your hose over there. Now after your hose has been on for a little while, go inside and open up your hot water tap. That's going to let the air out of the lines. It's still going to come out cold, but that's when you know all the air is out of the lines. You can go ahead and turn on your hot water heater. There is an on-off element switch down here. Keep this on off. The only time you should ever turn this on is if you're plugged into 110. Turn it on here as well as indoors when you're plugged into 110. Hot water heater doesn't seem to be working. A couple bubbles here. If this is bubbled out, press that back in. It's a reset valve. And then your pressure release valve up here. Let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to hook up to city water. We're going to fill a potable water tank. Just left your hot water heater. Here's your potable water tank. Simply fill that up with a hose. No need for a water pressure regulator. 2 ways to tell when this is full. There's an overflow valve right here. Or on the inside, if you hold your fresh water button down to check your levels, you'll be able to tell when this is full. Just remember, when using potable water is when you're going to want to use your water pump. Don't use your water pump when hooked up to city water. It's already pressurized. Alright, we're all set up to camp. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit. Above your potable water is 110 cable. You can hook a TV up out here. Again, your hot water heater. This is a flue for your furnace. Steer clear of that. If you run your furnace, that'll get rather warm. This is a spot for a hitch for a grill. I'll show you how to hook that up here. And underneath there's a quick connect LP. Your stairs, you can separate entryway into your bedroom. Outdoor speakers. This is a vent for your microwave. Your pass-through storage. This is the grill. I'll show you how to hook up. You also have a docking light for the front of the unit. Battery tester, or excuse me, tire pressure regulator. Light 110 as well. You can get to your propane through here, but I'm going to lift that off there for you real quick. Cover lifts right off there. Your propane is on a regulator, lefty loosey to open. And then here, just point this toward the tank you wish to be using. Set it in the middle, it'll automatically switch over. Prep for solar, you can plug in a solar panel here that'll trickle charge your batteries. The other side of your pass-through storage, there's your RV griddle and RV hitch work. Lighting and your battery disconnect. This will shut off all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. When you're off campsite, just slide. This is access to the back of your fridge. Low point drain and gray water holding tank, which we'll talk about those when we leave the campsite. On the back here, a gray water handle, your black tank. Here's where you plug in your cable at the campsite. City water connect, power, black tank flush. We'll also talk about that when leaving the campsite. You have an outdoor shower. Spare tire with a cover. Unit's also prepped for a Furrion backup camera. Device you purchased from our store that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle, giving you a backup camera for the unit. And your ladder. Go up and check your seams. Maintain your roof. Caulk as needed. I recommend a couple times a year. Coming to your outdoor area here. Those do hold up with a magnet. Simply pull out your storage here. Fridge, lighting, accent lighting, 110 back there, 110 there as well. Do you have a light for your stairs? That about covers everything out here. Let me show you how to set this griddle up real quick. See if I can get this to stay in the camera. Table will sit on top of here. Here's your quick connect. Set your griddle up here. Quick connect from here to here and up underneath. Again, your quick connect goes right up underneath there. Alright, that about covers everything out here. Let's take a walk on the inside. What I like to point out first inside the unit is where the fire extinguisher is. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows where the fire extinguisher is in case of an emergency. It's located by the entry doorway. Come up here on the wall as you come into your right is your control panel. We'll start at the top. Brand new battery. fresh tank. That's why I said you can hold down and tell when your potable water is full. Your black and gray tanks. Over here is where you turn on your water heater if you're hooked up to electric. Water heater if hooked up to gas. Water pump if using potable water. Your awning light. Your living room lights. Your slide extension and your awning extension. I'm going to finish running this out. You only want to run that awning out until that flap falls down to 90 degrees. Once you can see that black bar, that's how far you want to run that out. Track that in real quick. Shut off our awning lights. As it finishes up here, right here on the wall to your left as you come in the doorway is a template. If you ever decide to get this wire for solar all the way, that's a template for the text to know where the wiring is at for that. Also to your left, your thermostat. We will start by turning on the air, turn temperature down. There's your AC. Now shut the AC off. You'll notice the AC will shut off quick. Turn on the furnace. That's running now. When I shut off the furnace, it'll take a few minutes for the furnace fan to shut off. It does on all units. Alright, coming around the corner here. Excuse me, your entertainment center. Let's take you a TV. Turn that on. While that's coming on, pull this out toward me and show you. Well, it's plugged in down here. So down here underneath the TV, switch it from antenna to cable, depending on how you're set up. This does come out and swivel. Presses right back up against the wall for travel.
Let's go see what she thinks.
You also have a remote for your stereo system. So this is, take it off mute here, Bluetooth compatible, AM, FM, indoors. I don't know if I'll pick up anything in here. But anyway, indoors, whatever's blue is where your music's at. Indoors or outdoors. AM, FM, you can hook up auxiliary to this. You can play your TV sound through it. Hold for mute, shut it off. Self-explanatory microwave. You have a fan and a light above your stove. Glass top makes an excellent backsplash. You have a panel light. So if you turn that to light, it'll go from blue to red. Hit your spark and it lights up there. Same thing on the oven. Turn your oven to light right here. Hit your spark down here, that'll light your oven. No pilot light anymore. And then just set it to the desired temperature. And you also have a light for down here. Pop up USB port, power tower they call them. A lot of individual lighting throughout the unit. There is your smoke alarm. Come back into the bedroom. You have this accent lighting here that lights up back behind here, your cubby hole. Individual lighting up here as well, one touch. 110 and USB ports there. Storage underneath your bed. You do have a hand crank open power exhaust fan here. Your separate doorway. Just want to tell you, for travel, you want to make sure that you have this snapped on here so your door's not sliding all over the place. Coming out of your bedroom, your Furrion fridge. I think temperature controllers for that are right there. A couple of 110s and USB ports next to your recliners, which have a parachute pull. Just pull up on the handle, push it back down. Individual lighting here. 110 USBs there. Come back into your bathroom. One thing I want to mention here, this is where your 110 with GFCI resets at. And lighting here. The bathroom should also have a hand crank open power exhaust fan. It about covers everything inside. let's act like we're leaving the campsite. What I like to do is shut off my individual, or my interior lights from there, and then I can see all the individual lighting I need to walk through and shut off. Don't want to leave lights running on your unit. Make sure this door is secure back. All of our lighting's off. Go back here, turn back on our living room lights. Excuse me, look around the unit, make sure your doors and drawers are closed and nothing's going to impede this slide from coming in. Another door here in the bathroom to make sure you have secure back. And just bring in your slide. Hit retract. You'll notice the bottom lift up first. It does that on all slides. Make sure your extension down there on the end of your dinette kitchen area is closed. I want nothing to feed your slide. We don't want to break nothing just for bringing the slide in. See, it utilizes every inch. I wanted you to hear that noise. Don't panic when you hear that. That is just the slide mechanism keeping itself from coming in or out too far. Leaving the unit, for these steps here, you want to make sure this exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise, this will catch on your door. Lift up your steps. Pull back on this handle that locks that in there. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn your handle. Lock your exterior kitchens. Unhook up any propanes. Bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. Unhook our power and our water. Also unhook your cable. At this point, you're going to come around here to your low point drain. We're going to get up underneath there and open that up. Go back around to our hot water heater. Could have did this when it first came out, but at our hot water heater, we're going to lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to let all the hot water out of here. Be careful, it will be hot. Once that's done, make sure you close this handle so your door can go back on. Then you can pull your drain plug. Hook up your hitch and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, you can take the sewage hose, comes with your convenience pack. Just remember when you park at the dump station that your dump hose is going to be all the way at the rear of your driver's side of your tow vehicle. 10-foot hose, so park accordingly. Hook up your hose, and the first thing you're going to do is pull that black tank. That's going to be your sewage. Once it sounds like it's no longer draining, keep that black handle open, going in the right. Again, with your water pressure regulator, hook up to your tank flush. Hook up the hose at the dump station, turn that on, let it run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Then you can unhook your hose, close your black handle, pull this first gray holding. Once that's done, come up here and pull the upper gray holding. That's going to rinse out your sewage hose. It's going to be your cleaner water, your sinks and your showers. Take your sewage hose, come to your bumper, and conveniently store your sewage hose in there. That's sanitary place for them. Well, that about covers everything. Again, we thank you guys for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Jayfeather for many years to come. Happy camping.